So welcome to Solitude Farm. I'm Krishna Mackenzie and I've been living in Oroville for the last 31 years now. I was a student in the Jiddu Krishnamurti school in England. Some of you may be familiar with J. Krishnamurti. So he was a very well-known Indian sort of, I wouldn't say, he's a spiritual teacher basically, although he moved away from, you know, all the sort of spiritual ideas. He was more trying to get people to look at their own minds and their own functioning, because he said that, you know, the crises we have on this planet, they all stem from, you know, confusion of how we think and the whole baggage of ego and not understanding what that is, because we never take time to look. So there was a beautiful space in that school, and I was studying jazz guitar. I'm a musician, and I did a lot of theater there. But I was also helping, I was also doing research in genetic engineering, and I was also running the vegetable garden. So I ran the vegetable garden with a guy called Freddie, who lived in Oroville in the 70s and the 80s. And he started to tell me about, you know, all what we would do in Oroville, you know, build your own huts and ride horses and plant trees and the collective peanut harvest. And that completely inspired me, along with showing me the teachings of the mother and Sri Aurobindo. So I came here when I was 19. I came here when I was 19, and it was at that time I discovered my sort of, if you like, my guru, you know, my inspiration, who is a Japanese Zen master farmer called Masanobu Fukuoka. And this guy was sort of, it was sort of a, yeah, as I say, he was a Zen master farmer, and he'd had a very profound perception of reality, humanity, life, and he expressed that insight through farming. So his farming technique, idea, it's not a technique, it's a philosophy, was called do-nothing farming, or non-interventional agriculture, natural farming. You know, there's different words you can give to it, but it's basically nature's already perfect. You can't improve upon nature. You can't go to, you know, MIT, IIT, Harvard, where you like, and say, I've done 10 PhDs and now I know nature. Nature is not something to be known. You can't know nature. So his whole philosophy was that of not doing rather than doing. So he didn't plow the land. He didn't use machinery. He didn't use chemicals. Rather, he adopted practices that mimicked the natural processes in nature. And so we've been working on that very, very, very consistently, actually since the beginning, but more concentratedly since I got the chance to meet him, which was about 20 plus years ago in Vandana Shiva's farm in Dehradun. I spent 5 days with him, and he was a short little guy with the white beard, indigo kimono, the wooden chapels, you know, he looked the part, you know, and he was 92. He didn't really speak very much, but one thing he did say to us was that only a fool will understand his relationship with nature. The clever man, you know, someone like Elon Musk, who puts a car on a rocket ship and sends it to the moon, you know, everyone actually, you know, people mock that guy, of course, you know, he's a bit strange, but I think everyone's proud of that learning, because you spend years and years in university learning AI and microchips and nanotechnology and everyone, you know, robotics and all this stuff. So we are proud of that sort of intellectual accumulation of knowledge. But if we're really, you know, if we with a little bit of humility and just think about it, if we're so proud of it, why isn't there water left in Chennai or Hyderabad, Bombay, you know, anywhere? Or in England, or in America, in Germany, Australia? How is it that humanity, with all its really, you know, great capacities to learn and study and dominate nature, that's the one thing that really unites us? You know, if we found ourselves on a desert island, we have to cooperate. And over those two perimeters, you know, food and water is our most basic need. But if you look at food, we have no idea where our food comes from. You know, you think about what did you eat for breakfast or what did you eat for dinner? Where did those ingredients come from? We have no idea where the food we ate was grown, who grew it, how it was grown, if chemicals were used. We don't know how it was processed, stored, packed, transported. We're divorced from our most basic collective need because we eat 3 times a day. You know, if you stop eating, after a few days, you're like, you know, you could see it in COVID time. Everyone was here at the farm like, oh, what are we going to do? We don't know where the food's coming from. They want to reestablish a relationship with the source. So